Hey, what's up? It's Kit. Time for another video. Today we will rig the other spy, and the first video we rigged it with 4 hooks. This we rigged with 2 single hooks. So we rigged 2 tandems on the other one. And for this, we will be doing a single at the back and single at the front. And I have already finished making the single for the back, and all we need to do is do the single for the front. This is to save time because this is pretty straightforward, and the method that I'm going to use to tie the first one, which is really more visible, the color of the braid or the color of the cord we're going to be using, and there's going to be something that we're going to be doing for the stiffness as well. So it's easier, it's just more visible, but we're going to be using this for the front. Okay, this is owner PFZ05, and this is 140 pounds. So this is actually kind of easy to use and very easy to splice. So kind of a good thing there going for us. So to measure the length, we will take the length from the hook here that we have already done. We'll take the length of this section. Okay, we double it up and then we subtract the length of the hook. So this is the length that we need. And all we have to do, you could either do it now or you could do it later. It doesn't really matter. It's just that if we're doing this, we're actually wasting little assist cord. Okay, so we take that's the length that we've chosen or that we've measured out. And then we have to take the hook length off. So it's there, like so. Right? Leave a bit of excess for stretch of the braid. And then we splice it. We take our splicing needle. If I can find it. There it is. The jig covered it. Alright, so we take our splicing needle and then we go ahead and splice this. Now, when you're doing this, don't forget you have your solid ring. And sometimes it's very easy to forget. Okay, so again, that's the middle right there. Go past a little bit. Okay, then we take our solid ring. And then we splice it. Again, this is very easy to work with, so very easy to splice. That's why I chose it, because it's also visible. And guess what? It goes with the color as well. All right, so what I do is I push this and snug it as snug as I can. And we see that there's the tag end right here, and then there's the main. And what we do is we take our fluorocarbon core and put it into the assist cord and push it. And what happens is, for this one, we sharpen it. Okay, cut it at an angle, and what happens is that as soon as it reaches the tip here, it'll just pierce through and come out. So I'll do that now. And again, this is very easy because this is this braid is very easy to work with, very, very forgiving as well. Okay. And you have to do it straight as you can. Otherwise, the mono will stick out. See, as you can see there. Okay, so do it as straight as you can. I'm gonna do this on the table so it's faster. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but pretty straightforward. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this on the table, and then I'll show you exactly what happens after everything, after the mono has been pulled through, because it's so difficult to actually do this. Kind of have to get used to the stiffness of the mono, and you have to keep the braid straight so that when you pull it through, once you pull it through, you actually almost there. And once it's pushed in, you'll see that once it's pushed in and it goes through, the it's easy to pierce the tip. All right, so I'm almost there. It's very difficult to do this with in front of the camera. Ouch, my back. So I am 3/4 of the way in. So kind of difficult to do this while where I'm on camera, because it's kind of juggling around things and stuff. But if I'm not on camera, I can concentrate on this, and it's not too difficult really. But we're almost there. All right, finally. So you can see that the tip is pierced through. That's it. And then now, since this is long, what we do is we just tie a knot, okay? And it doesn't have to be fancy. Now what I do here is just tie a uni knot, okay? So just like that, and then 3-4 turns. And this is just to keep the mono there attached, okay? Okay, so right there, okay? So just a knot so that it stays there. And you'll see that this is already stiff. Okay, now cut this part, and we're gonna burn it so it forms a ball and that part won't slip. Okay, there's a small tag here. Okay, and that's it. So now you have a length of fluorocarbon in the middle here. And that makes this whole thing stiff. All right, wow. Now we take this and then we pierce it in the middle of all of this. Okay, like that, and then we push it through until we get that. Now at this point, what we can do is put it in the vise like so, position it correctly, of course, like that. Okay, and then we can cut this flush. There we go. So there's fluorocarbon, the fluorocarbon core. Okay, first, actually need to measure here so we don't mess up. Okay, so it's here. Okay, so this is a bit too long. Okay, and you could just cut this right here. Okay, to make it even shorter, and that should be it. Okay, now again, here, pierce, pierce until it goes through like that. Okay, and then now we can proceed to tie. There we go. And old school style right here. Go. So put a bit of clearance in front. Okay, now that that's tied in, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring you guys closer so you can see what's going on. Okay. So as you can see, we actually put a little bit of clearance there in front. Okay. And instead of actually putting this, the insertion point close to the eye or the spade head, we put a bit of clearance so that we could put that right there. And our wraps are going to be pretty tight. Now we don't want this to be too long, so what's going to happen is that we're going to have to cut that. Okay. Again, we're wrapping pretty tight here, making sure that this is not going to move and it's not going anywhere. So making it as clean as possible. Okay, now bring the wraps to the head. We are going to super glue this, of course, put a coating of super glue when it's done. I usually do all of them in a batch, and I'm not going to be the one doing it. It's going to be Wael. So he's going to be finishing all of these at his place. Okay, now if there's some fuzzies there, just that's it. Okay, now you'll see that this is stiff, okay, compared to this one that's really limp. Okay, now the moment I have been waiting for since we started. My back is killing me. Okay, let's see if our measurements are actually correct. Of course they are. All right. And I really like the color scheme for this because it kind of matches this, you know. So that's our back one right there. And this is long. Okay, this should be long. If they're equal, there's a chance that the front one's gonna snag your leader a lot. So you don't want that. Okay. Have to be very careful here. These hooks are very sharp. Okay. So that's a rigged jig right there. It's good measurement. Not gonna snag. And I'm really hoping that this will catch some nice fish. And the colors also match the jig by chance. Alrighty, so that's it. If you have questions, just type it in the comments and I'll make sure to answer them. As you know, I answer all the questions. If you have concerns, go right ahead. Let's discuss. And yeah, so a word about this jig. This is Faisal's favorite, and it has caught him a lot. Okay, I've used it. I like it. The only thing is these things are not too cheap. They're kind of pricey. So I only have one or two, and although I want more of them, it's not something that you could just go and purchase on a whim. And they are also one of the fastest selling jigs in the shop. So when they're on stock, and especially when the new colors arrive, and the weights are very important. This is 350, and the usefulness of this is just amazing. Okay, it swims really well. It's very easy to use, and again, if you don't have this in your tackle box, you really should have it. All right, so I hope these guides help you and give you some insight on how to rig these jigs properly. And I wish you success and more catch. All right, so that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe because it helps. The likes and the subscribes actually help this channel a lot, and it keeps me motivated to do that, to do more of these. That's it for now, guys. Kind of late now. All right, so that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.